sounds like Texas. It makes you feel alive. To the fair we go. Come join the fun tonight. Howdy and welcome to Sounds Like Texas. Fairs, festivals, small towns, and sounds of the South. Each week we invite you to join us on a new venture as we roll across Texas. So sit back, kick your boots off, and let's go to the fair.
And welcome to another great episode of Sounds Like Texas. This week we're trying not to get rained on at the Macaroni Festival in Victoria, Texas, just down 59 from Houston. Get out your map, you'll find it. Also, it happens the third week every November. At least it has for the past 3 years. We'll see what happens next year. Apparently they're having problems with getting rained out. As you see, there's a huge stage behind us, and the goal is to fill this puppy up. And we're gonna do it with Cathedral Blue, awesome Zydeco music, Vallejo, my favorite boys. It's a great show. So let's kick it off with some reenactments.
So a reenactment seemed a strange place to start, but once you hear the history, it all makes sense.
I'm here with Charles Spurlin, and if you want to know the history on this town, he's the man, a retired American history professor.
Right.
And you're still teaching?
No, I retired, but see, back in 97, but I haven't given it all up completely, no. And so, this town is very, very rich with history. It's one of the oldest in the state. It was founded by Martin de Leon, and if you go downtown, it's laid out as a typical Mexican town. And then, of course, you have the development of the railroads, you have the development of the steamboats, you have all kinds of economic development. You have an area which is very, very, very rich with ethnic individuals and groups and families, whatever. And you have the Germans, you have the Czechs, you have the Italians who came in here to help build the railroad in the 1880s. And hence that's what we have here today known as the Macaroni Festival, because the workers who built that particular railroad were largely Italian workers. There were others, obviously, and they got their food in wooden containers marked macaroni. And therefore they used those containers to build houses. And of course, people began to refer to this line that was being built as the Macaroni Railroad.
Check out this line of beautiful old cars, and you won't believe how cheap they are.
You know me, I gotta shop. And have I found the deal of a lifetime. This is Eddie. He owns this gorgeous 1956 black Ford Thunderbird. And here's the greatest part. It sells for under $3,000. Yes! Under $3,000! Back in 1956.
Macaroni Fest not only has great history and gorgeous antique cars, but a great musical history as well. Let's go check out Cathedral Blue before we talk about his history.
You are, yes I do, girl I like the way you talk. Yes I do, girl I love your sexy style. Yes I do, girl I love it when you smile. Yes I do, oh yeah.
Right now I'm just doing shows like this, just trying to put out CDs, my next CD, working on my new CD. I'm trying to get my studio open and open up a music store. So that's all I'm trying to do right now, just get my business going.
Be strong as you keep on, keep it on. Oh yeah.
I'm really hungry. It's definitely time for lunch. And I don't know what I want. Definitely something large. Definitely something greasy. I so need greasy food. Oh my gosh. I guess I have to keep looking.
Edgar Stucken is the event coordinator for the Macaroni Fest.
This is the third year. Bigger bands every year. Started off real small, had about 8,000 people or so. Last year it doubled in size, went to 15. And right now we've got a small crowd. We've had approximately about 4,000 people this morning from the last police count. So it's third weekend in November every year. It was looked at last year when we were having rainouts of moving it to a different month. We're going to continue to look at that. I would like to keep it in November because there isn't much happening in November inside this area, so it would be a good draw for people outside Victoria and inside Victoria to do something right before Thanksgiving, before they get into the holiday season. So we have a lot of travelers. When we added Vallejo to the list, we had a lot of Houston people that came in. So it's going to be surprising to see just how many people that we have out tonight, because the 38 Special and Marshall Tucker Band, that kind of speaks for itself. And we've had Vallejo in the area before and at other venues, and we've also had Sedrell here the last 2 years. So, there might be some people that have picked up on their music and would really enjoy, seeing them once a year. So
You are amazing.
Thank you.
This is a whole family thing, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so how did you get involved?
My grandfather was rocking Sydney, the guy who made Don't Mess With My Tutu. And once he passed away, nobody else in the family played accordion. So I decided to pick it up and just continue where he left off.
So you picked up the accordion,
Yes.
and your whole family's involved. Your dad, your grandfather. Tell us how this whole thing came about.
Well, I was about 5. I said my grandfather used to have a blues band, Classic Baloo, senior, and one day I just walked up to him and asked could I play drums. I've been playing drums since I was 5 or 6. And he said, boy, you don't know my show, this, that, and the other. So I was like, yes, I do. He put me on stage, and I toured with him all that summer, and that's how I got started. And I've just been playing ever since.
That's awesome. And now you've kept that tradition alive. There's a little one in your band.
Yep.
Who's that?
Cameron Baloo is my little cousin.
He's a cutie.
Yeah.
And he's got rhythm.
Oh, yeah, he got it.
Nice.
He's also a drummer, too.
Right on.
We got the eye of the tiger. We got the eye of the tiger. We got the eye of the tiger.
You can always count on the musical performances at Macfest being electrifying, but this is a little scary.
Well, we've been showing you the lightning. It's been rolling in, and now they're potentially canceling the show. We're at a 30-minute postponement now. They're rechecking the weather afterwards. Have no idea what's going to happen. So, stay tuned for the exciting conclusion of Sounds Like Texas. We may have Vallejo for you when we come back. We may not.
Well, our worst fears were confirmed. 38 Special and the Marshall Tucker Band were rained out, but that just gives us the opportunity to get to know one of Texas's favorite bands that much better.
You could see the beauty that you are.
Welcome back to Sounds Like Texas. Once again, I'm Lori Freeze, and this time we're re-catching up with Vallejo. If you remember correctly, we did get soaking wet in Victoria. It was bad.
We were like knee deep in
Yes.
the rain.
It was a totally flat parking lot, and we were running through puddles up to our knees. Okay, so let's...
Special moment in time.
It was a special moment.
We actually checked off the part of the list where we've actually we went in a ditch that night, van in our trailer. So we checked that one off the what not to do list. Part of the
Not take a left on First Street.
That'll always do. Okay, last time, however, we did not get to meet Heath. or Alejandro. So let's do that very quickly.
Nice to meet you.
And Alejandro's over here, by the
I'm
way.
right over here. I play the drums, and I was actually getting a canoe, so I wasn't.
She read us on the old Tito Puente albums and all that, Herb Albert and Arturo Manzanera. So that's where we sort of got our Latin root base from, along with, the high school years of our AC/DC, Leonard Skinner, Aerosmith, Led Zeppelin, Frank Zappa, era. So that, combined with all the Latin stuff, I think sort of made a big stirring pot of Vallejo, father, it was about that time, 6th, 7th grade, and he asked us, what would you like to play? And Alex was like, I want to play the drum set. And he was like, I'll play the saxophone. And I was like, I'll play the trumpet. My dad goes to the music store, gets a smashing deal on 3 trumpets. So he brings home 3 trumpets, so there you go.
He wanted us to be like the
Tijuana Brass. Herb Albert, the Tijuana Brass.
I studied, his music thing from the good old school of ZZ Top and old school stuff, right? So, and yeah, and we all met, at Steamboat in Austin, Texas. He was in a band called Sunflower, and we were doing our Vallejo thing, and when their band kind of, what would you say?
Broke up.
Defunct is a nicer word. We were like, that's the guy that we got to get. So we made sure that we got Heath in the band, and now he's a brother-in-law. So we're keeping the family.
No, there are no parentheses. He really is a brother-in-law. The new baby's due in February.
Brother. Yeah, we the in-law. He's brother. He's brother-in.
Doesn't even matter what the people say.
The three brothers, we started out a long time ago at playing jazz and a musical band, like a marching band, jazz band, symphonic band, high school. And, we learned to play trumpet and stuff like that. And then we just kind of took what we knew in school and then learned it, applied it to rock instruments, and pretty much taught ourselves how to play rock instruments.
If you're ever lucky enough to make it to a Vallejo show, not only will you just be electrified with the energy, but you'll also notice a lot of influences in music from both north and south of the border. obviously don't have a huge history of rain happening at your shows.
Yeah, usually, basically, if you book our band, you're pretty much going to get rain. And we try not to tell people that, but we just put the rain or shine clause in there
In the contract.
And usually, usually we don't even have to play. But yeah, I don't know. It seemed to kind of follow us around. We don't know why, but we try to do rain dances when we can from time to time.
What you got going? Hoping out what the work have been showing. Was it always have to be about color? You're supposed to be the one better than the other. Because I'm never gonna be like you. Cause I make a reason not to be cool. I'm getting tired of the ignorant people say, but with that we're gonna be this way. Americano, I never was in my nose. Americano, so proud to be Americano. Americano, I never was in my nose. Americano, so proud to be Americano. That's what I'm talking about right there. Don't you say that I can't. Radio!
It's DVD live at Antone's. We filmed like June or July. So we should probably know that. But anyway, it's a great performance at Antone's, and it has the whole set. It also includes like 4 or 5 videos from
talk about the U.S. inflation. Just a
Actually had the best show we've ever had. That one night, it was a magical experience. Everybody played and sang in key. Great night. It's amazing. We never do that, but we did that night just for the lucky viewers of that DVD tape. So we got lucky. It didn't rain, thank God. It rained that night. So
especially, and the band has definitely sounded great that night. And I think it's great because it's just the pinnacle of all the stuff we've done over the years. And for the Vallejo fan, it's got everything on it, so it's really, really good. So gotta go get about 20 copies of it each.
VallejoMusic.com, you can buy it there.
Yeah, you can buy it there.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
I wish I was in to your mind now. Deep, tall, cute, big one now. I take a quest on the telephone. I'm on the wavelength far from home. I feel the hot wind on my shoulder. Check it in, sound.
And it's a boy, so we just have to come on the road.
Immediately, he's going to go and throw some drumsticks in his hand and microphone. We got all that. We got all that hooked up. The wardrobe already set up. And some background singers.
Because Omar's baby one walks around in one pants.
He's got a whole thing there. He's got actually played the drums as well trumpet. So we're waiting on him. We're waiting on his kid to pick up the guitar so that they can start with him.
Very cute.
Hey, this is Vallejo, and you're watching Sounds Like Texas.
Well, that does it for another episode of Sounds Like Texas. Pouring down rain at the Macaroni Festival in Victoria, Texas, but we still had a great time anyway. So thank you so much to the town of Victoria, the Chamber of Commerce, of course, everybody involved with the Macaroni Fest, and our great bands. Gotta love them. Thank you very much. We'll see you next week for another Sounds Like Texas.
I took a quick trip back and I had to react to the echo of my phone as it slowed my mind. She looked at night on the scene.
Transportation provided by Southwest Airlines. Southwest Airlines, the official airlines for Sounds Like Texas.